God, it's just one thing after another. Now it's digital ID cards that the government want to implement. And nobody wants this. Just like nobody wanted our right to vote in local elections to be taken away from us. Nobody wanted censorship and control of the internet. And nobody wants digital IDs. But the Labour government don't care. They just do as they please. They are trying to market it under the guise of it's going to stop the small boats, as the media like to say. I don't have a problem with small boats personally. I've got one myself. It's quite fun. But I think they mean illegal immigration. Obviously, it won't stop that because we already have national insurance card/number anyway, which is what gives you the right to work. And you have to provide that to get a job unless it's cash in hand. So digital ID does nothing that the national insurance card/number doesn't already do. Not to mention that if the government wanted to stop illegal immigration, they'd stop funding and rewarding it for starters. They'd stop sending the boats back to be reused. They'd stop giving them free hotels and food and taxis and phones and all these other things. They'd stop demonising us for saying that we have a problem with it, especially when they're harassing women and children. So there's an endless list of reasons why the government blatantly want more illegal immigration. They're not against it. So it's just typical gaslighting bullshit. And I know I use that word a lot on this channel, gaslighting, but that's all we get from the government and the media now. It's just gaslight, propaganda. They know there's a problem that we've all got a problem with. They don't want to solve it, but they do want to implement digital IDs on us. So merge the two together. Pretend that this digital ID bullshit will stop illegal immigration. It won't make a blind bit of difference to it. Just like this nonsense one in, one out scheme that has deported about 3 people now. I think they were I think there was 1 on each plane as well. I mean, the utter ridiculous waste of money of it all. One plane, a whole plane to take 1 refugee out while like 1,000 more pour in anyway. It's designed to fail. Designed to make us think that they're doing something about it. Designed to make us think that they care when they don't. And that's the same with the whole petitions thing. Like in the UK, if you disagree with something the government's doing, you can go and sign a petition, and if it gets over 100,000 signatures, they'll debate it in Parliament. Like all the debate is, oh, there's a petition here, it's got 100,000 signatures. All right, well, we're going to do it anyway. Like that's as far as the debate goes. Like these petitions are pretty much pointless. I don't think they've ever accomplished anything. But there is a petition. I have signed it. I do sign these things, even though I know they're not going to make any difference. Can't help myself. It's got over 1 million signatures now against digital IDs. Everyone's against it, left and right. I mean, it's kind of united everyone. People on the left who are in, sort of people who have got a public voice, I'm talking on the left and the right, are all against it. Like, I haven't seen a single person of any political persuasion who's in favour of digital IDs. It's just a stepping stone towards a social credit system, which some people might think sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, but Jesus Christ, pay attention to what's happening and what's been going on. As I say, I mean, that we had our right to vote in local elections taken away this year should have been a bigger outrage than it was, really. The censorship of the internet, and that was done under the guise of, it's to protect the children who you didn't really care about during the grooming gang scandals, and that you're still trying to brush under the carpet. You don't want any more inquiries into the grooming gangs, even though they're still going on in a lot of cities. But you don't care too much about children in that situation. You don't care when children are being stalked and harassed by all the illegals. When that happens and people bring it up, actually you tend to turn on the people bringing it up and say, they're just right-wing bigots and thugs. But you do care about children all of a sudden when you want to put more restrictions and controls on the internet. Just gaslighting, bullshit gaslighting. And that's what we're getting now. It's not going to stop illegal immigration. Like, please God, people don't fall for it. And they're saying if you don't have your digital ID, you can't work. So I really hope that everyone's just like, all right then, we'll just stop working. Like if the whole country just decides to stop working all of a sudden, or at least a good few million people, it wouldn't even have to be everyone, like just a million or more people all of a sudden just stop working for a few days or a week, the government will have to cave in because it would fuck the economy. So I hope there's enough people with the balls to do something like that. I'm not going to accept it. I'll do everything I can to avoid that shit. I mean, hopefully it will take them, the hope is that it will take them long enough to implement this, that it will get to the next election and they'll be voted out before they can actually do it. Or if nothing else, it comes in, they get voted out a few months later, and then hopefully Reform get in, or someone at least with some common sense, and undoes it. And take away the restraints on the internet as well while you're at it. Fuck's sakes. Really seems like Starmer wants to do as much damage as possible to the country before he gets kicked out. And I do feel like there are other people pulling the strings. They know that him and Labour aren't going to last long, so they're trying to implement as many destructive policies as they can before Starmer gets kicked out. Because this really is dictatorship territory we're in. I said about us all basically going on strike if they implement the digital IDs, but are we at a point where Labour have ferried in enough new workers and soldiers that it won't matter what we do? They've got enough to replace us all now. And when I say replace us all, I mean replace all of us who are willing to stand up against it. Because they don't need to replace the whole country. There are still, unfortunately, enough British people that do just go along with whatever they're told. So Labour only really need enough new arrivals to replace those of us that are willing to stand up against it. And I kind of wonder if we're at that point already with the numbers. The thing you've got to remember is that no matter what we let them get away with, it will never be enough. So they will push more and more. It's like with building houses. They say, oh, well, if we just build on another 5%, that's not too much, is it? But it won't just be another 5%. Because in 10 years' time, they'll want to build more. And then it will be, well, just another 5%. And it's never ending. I've said it before, but governments are like abusive partners. The more you let them get away with, the more they'll push it. The more we let them do what they like, it will never be enough. They'll never say, well, that's that then. We don't need to do anything else. Once you've got the digital IDs in, that opens the door to them having a social credit system, basically. Them being able to say, well, you've used up too much fuel this week on your allowance. You can't use any more fuel because of the environment. You've eaten too much meat this week. You can't buy another steak. You've had your fill of meat this week. Got to worry about the environment, remember? Don't you eating healthy animal proteins and getting strong? And I know that it can easily sound like crazy conspiracy stuff when I come out with this. But digital IDs and censorship of the internet and our right to vote being taken away in local elections would have all sounded like crazy conspiracy stuff 10 years ago. Digital IDs are also another stepping stone towards a cashless society. And a cashless society is a more easily manipulated society. Because once every transaction you make is registered and all your money is registered because it's all digital, it doesn't actually physically exist, the government can have more control over what money and more knowledge and monitoring of what money you have and how you spend it. None of this stuff is ever for our benefit. It's like the whole CCTV thing. You know, the UK is one of the most surveilled countries in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if London is the most surveilled city in the world. And yet, has it reduced crime? Has it fuck? If anything, it's getting worse. Like burglaries, car thefts, shoplifting, pickpocketing, phone snatching. Like, the police don't do anything about those things, even though we've got CCTV everywhere. Everyone's even been conditioned into filming everywhere they drive and on their front door. You know, everyone has Ring cameras on their front door. Everyone has a dash cam now. Like, we've been conditioned to film each other for the authorities. It's not for our benefit. It's not reducing crime or helping us. The government won't do anything about most crimes. If anything, it's at best you can use the footage for your insurance. But it's not protecting us. It's not making us safer. It's not reducing crime. It's not there to help us. It's there to help them. Just like the police themselves, they're government enforcers. They're not concerned with our safety or our protection. They're there to control us. The criminals can do what they like. It's the law-abiding citizens that are the majority of people that are the ones that the government need to control, because we are the majority. So that's what the police are there for, to control the majority of people. The minority that are criminals can pretty much do as they please.